guys, it's Ahmer here, and I stumbled upon something that I had tucked away in the closet in the game room. Now this was back in a time where things were so much different. You didn't just blow money on games. You didn't go out to buy games for the sake of buying games. You didn't have all of this, disposable income. You had to try before you bought. And this right here is going to be some of the most useless and worthless items in my collection. So we'll see if you guys also agree. These are going to be all about demo discs. What was the whole point of having these game demos back in the day, and how come they're gone today? What is the big deal about these, and why do they mean so much to us back then? So we'll just jump right on into it. Some of the coolest ones that I have in my collection that I actually love are these right here. So Pizza Hut teaming up with PlayStation, just having these amazing video game demos where you could win $200,000. You could win up to $500,000, and that was the promotion that PlayStation had.
Want to tell me why you were driving backwards, pal? I'm just bringing home some Pizza Hut stuffed crust pizza, the pizza you eat backwards. I'm not in the wrong here, am I?
You're getting a warning.
What? La 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 la.
It's the pizza-powered PlayStation giveaway. Right now for $9.99, buy a large one-topping Pizza Hut stuffed crust pizza and get a PlayStation demo disc with cool games like Crash Bandicoot, Warped, and more, and a chance to win $200,000.
Go on, coppers!
So this was really awesome, and it was just something that they decided to do, where you would go to Pizza Hut, you'd get pizza, and you could get these awesome demos. It says pizza-powered PlayStation giveaway. You have Gran Turismo, Metal Gear Solid, Crash Bandicoot, you have Tomb Raider, you even have Crash Team Racing, Ape Escape, Final Fantasy, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. Just a time to be alive. Now, back then, I remember going in all of these different stores, and I didn't get to buy just any game that I wanted. I had to be certain. I would get games for my birthdays and certain holidays. Or if I were able to save up money, I might be able to spend that on an extra game. So it was just a crazy time back then, and the jump from cartridges to discs. They were everywhere. They were so much cheaper, and they could essentially give these away. So if you joined one of these amazing magazines where you had the PlayStation Underground, this official US PlayStation magazine, you could get some of these awesome games. It was just a great way to go ahead and subscribe for just a few dollars a month, and you would get games in these. I remember playing games for the first time on some of these discs back in the day. And this was a time when you had PlayStation, PlayStation 2, the original Xbox, and even Nintendo GameCube. Although GameCube was a lot harder, to get some of these demo and preview discs. A lot of those were just much different. They weren't packaged the same exact way, and it was really a crazy time. But just having all of these in a collection, all of these PlayStation 2 games, so many fun ones that maybe you wouldn't try out. Maybe you wouldn't try out some of these sports titles or some of these games if they weren't in, all of the advertising. You might not have played some of these Lego games or just fun ones until, years later down the road. But some of these I just absolutely love. Now, of course, something like God of War might have been everywhere at the time, but having some of these other titles, you might have missed out on some of these. It's just wild to see all of these amazing games, and then even Total Overdose, just so many that I never even heard of. But you getting to try these games, you got to try all of these, fun games that you might not have actually played before. And you could test them out and see if you wanted to try it out before you bought it. But just seeing all of this cool stuff, and that's not all, because on here you get these different demos. There's so many games on here. You have different videos as well on, a little bit of an inside scoop. And then even inside the game, they tell you information, and inside E3. So you just get all of this extra bonus content in these demo discs. And they're really also these are just so fascinating. It's just so wild to have all of these. And on here it says replay, PlayStation at E3, extras, videos, playground demos. You would have all of the different, summer 2003. These are jam-packed. They're in these cases. Just like what Nintendo GameCube actually did. They had a preview demo disc, and it was in a case. It's just crazy because on the front here it says War of the Monsters. You have MLB 2004, Amplitude, ATV Off-Road Fury 2, World Tour Soccer. I didn't even know about War of the Monsters until later years, but maybe if I had some of these demo discs and didn't just play some of like the same ones back in the day, I would have gotten a chance to play all of these. But it's just so wild because this stuff really doesn't matter anymore. You know, all of the demos that we play, we just do a quick little download, and next thing you know, we're playing the games. Or there's so many different ones on Game Pass, different things like that. Or we just go out there and we spend all of this money on these games without even giving them, you know, a chance. But at least back then, you got to try out some of these games and you could see if you wanted them. You know, it's just really cool that they did something like this. And now it's just something that's so out of sync, out of tune, something that just doesn't even make sense anymore. But this, of course, was a time where things weren't that convenient. You know, the internet changed everything. It made it so much easier, so much more cost effective. It's something that is just so convenient in today's time. You don't need to subscribe to these magazines. You get all of your information online. You can watch videos. You could see all of this stuff on YouTube, other, you know, forums. You just get to watch people play these games. You get to see if it's something that you're interested in. And if you don't like it, you could just trade it back in somewhere or resell it and then get a game that you really enjoy. But just the art of all of this back in the day, just so much time and effort that went into these, the amazing demos, just going through and just seeing everything that they had to offer. And it's just wild because now you don't see this stuff anymore. But I have an entire box here that I've just tucked away, and it's essentially one of the most useless items in my collection in today's time. But they have so many nostalgic memories for me. And I want to know about you guys. What are some of those demo discs and preview discs that you guys remember? Did you sign up for the Xbox magazine or even PlayStation magazines where you got copies of these? Or even, do you remember the GameCube, getting different previews, seeing all of this amazing stuff? What are some that you remember from back in the day? And what are some games that maybe you tried on the demo only and you never even played a full copy? Let me know, and of course, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Go ahead and check out all of my other videos and stay tuned for more.